right, folks.
Okay.
It is 6 o'clock. So we're going to call the meeting to order. So let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you're at home, you can pledge allegiance to whatever you feel like pledging your allegiance to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Has everyone had a chance to look at and review the minutes? Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns regarding the minutes?
Boom.
Can I get a second? Okay, I see Phyllis and Bonnie have their hands up, so who wants it?
Bonnie's fine.
Okay. All in favor? Crystal, I couldn't hear if you approved or not.
Sorry, that was an aye.
Okay, thank you. All right, that has been approved. Treasurer's report. Jack?
You've got the big report. Shows that we're still doing very well. If there's any questions, we'll ask them. But otherwise,
Does anyone have any questions?
hearing none, I move it.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
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 On the unpaid bills, general fund is $14,289.87.
Wait,
Are there any questions? Hearing none, I'll move it.
okay, can I get a second, or does anyone have?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
And the central book fund is $188.74.
Can I get a motion? Okay, thank you, Penny. Can I get a second? Thank you, Kevin. All in favor? Aye. All right, Mark, Pam, I didn't hear you. Did you also aye?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Ron isn't here. So I don't have any correspondence. So we're gonna skip correspondence because there isn't any that he would normally deliver. So the consent
Is he
item,
on vacation?
yes,
Yes, he had a wedding in Boston.
and he'll be back next week, though, right?
Yes, he'll be here Monday.
All righty. So the consent item is to approve a tax cap override. We don't know if we're actually going to need a tax cap override, but measure twice, cut once. So we're going to approve a tax cap override. Whereas the adoption of the 2023 budget for the Chemung County Library District may require a tax levy increase that exceeds the tax cap imposed by the state law as outlined in General Municipal Law, Section 3C, adopted in 2011. And whereas General Municipal Law, Section 3C expressly permits the library board to override the tax levy limit by resolution approved by a vote of 60% of qualified board members, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Chemung County Library District voted and approved to exceed the tax levy limit for 2023 by at least the 60% of the Board of Trustees as required by state law on May 20th, 2022. So
I move it.
thank you, Jack. Can I get a second? Thank you, Bonnie. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Crystal, could you, Pam, could you turn off your mic and approve, or turn on your mic and approve?
Aye.
Pam,
Aye.
thank you both.
Rachel,
Yes,
can I just make one point? It should be the 19th. not the 20th.
that is correct. Thank you. Okay, now for the director's report. Ron wrote me some very thorough notes. So the class visit from Parley Coburn went extremely well. The students had a session in the teen space, maker space, digital media lab, and tech lab. Each of the 6 classes ranged in size from 16 to 19 students with 2 or 3 faculty members per class, an approximate total of 109 people who visited. The tour was handled by Doris Jean Metzger from the teen librarian. So they visited the teen space. They saw book displays and, the video game set up there. And they were introduced to the staff. Saw a short PowerPoint presentation about teen programs. Apparently the kids were like super jazzed about it. Comments from the students included best field trip ever. This isn't a library, it's a play space. And I'm going to come here in the summer for hours. And there was like a general enthusiasm, people asking to get library cards. And the teachers were all like, wow, I had no idea this was here. It's awesome. Wish I were a teen. And just, thought it was a great place for kids to volunteer from National Junior Honor Society. And yeah, so people were very enthused. Jack, did you have something?
I can't hear.
Do you want me to take my mask off? Will that make it
It
easier?
would help, I think.
Okay. I'll try and project my voice, but not my germs.
Rachel, with my turn, I'm a little slower.
Okay, cool.
Does this mean that we could possibly see 6th graders, it was 6th graders, wasn't it?
Yeah,
From the other schools?
I don't know. Ron did not include that in his notes.
Let's ask him to encourage their contacting other.
Harley Coburn, they probably walked. Yes, are they the one on the end of Church Street?
No, that's Beecher.
That's Beach.
Parley Coburn is on the south side, but it's like on, Riverside is the one that's right on Maple Avenue, right?
It's on Mountain Zor Street.
Okay, so they probably took a bus because that's a bit of a schlep. Yeah.
Well, then that encourages even more to ask them to round out the other 6th grade in just Chemung County and contact them to see if they would also be interested in it.
Okay, we can do that. All right. According to Ron's notes, the CCLD has been invited to the 2nd annual Elmira City School District Literacy Institute, August 23rd through 24th. The event for the district teachers to showcase and learn about literacy opportunities in the area. They run a series of breakout sessions that showcase literacy resources, instructional strategies, programming, etc. They want staff to run a session showcasing the resources at the library or anything else they'd like to share with teachers. He's forwarded this information to Amanda Farley in Youth Services, Steve Smith from the Makerspace, and Doris Jean from the Teen section, from Teen Services. So hopefully they will have a good presentation. CCLD will also be participating in the Fall Community Fair at Elmira College. For those of you who don't know, Elmira College students are required to do 60 hours of community service, and they're great free slave labor. We at the Chemung County Historical Society make great advantage of them, and the library would like to do the same.
We've done over the years, we've often gone to that.
Yeah, I know that with the COVID, there was a big slowing down of that because they were like,
We did,
reluctant to let people out into play towns, so
right.
we'll see how that goes. I think this is like, they haven't actually had the community college fair in almost 2 years, have they? So this is gonna be like getting back into the swing of things. Michelle Barrett will be participating in the Big Flats Bicentennial Celebration on this Saturday. And Kelly Brown and Michelle will be attending the Horseheads Family Resource Center community event at the Arnott Mall on June 4th, which is also a Saturday. STLS will coordinate a director's retreat in early summer. The hope is to bring together as many directors as possible to connect, reconnect, share experiences, and build professional networks following 2 years of social distancing. The event will take place at Taylor Memorial Library in Hammondsport, which is the geographic center of the whole span. Apparently Ron will be attending. Brief overviews with the Tinker Lab, Tech Lab, and Digital Media Lab were given to provide an introduction for students unfamiliar with the makerspace. Oh, okay, this is just more information about the tour that the 6th graders went on. It was just out of order. So, yeah. Yeah, the kids had a great time. They loved it. Yes. So other part of the director's report is the approval of personnel actions. So there are a series of step increases for Jeffrey Matthews, Samantha Decker, and Chris Russo. And those are contractual step increases. So we need to vote on them and approve them because that's.
I resolve that we approve the personnel actions as submitted by.
Okay,
Second.
okay, like 3 of you had your hands up, so I'm just gonna let you fight it out or let Holly decide. All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. That has been approved. Now Ron on his agenda had approval of transfer of Denton donations to the foundation. We had talked about this last time at the executive committee meeting. For those of you who weren't there or unfamiliar with this, we were given a bunch of money from Nani Denton and her estate, and she handed it to us, but we don't really handle that kind of thing. So we negotiated with her estate that we would send it to the Steele Foundation, which has like investments that they can invest it in, and that way it'll grow, and then we can get like more money off of it. So does anyone have any questions about that?
We've had two, I'm the representative from the board to the Steele Foundation. And we've been back and forth on a couple of these large gifts because they were both given to the library directly, but they should be in the foundation where they can be invested. But it had to go back and forth between the lawyers and between how they were going to handle it within the foundation and yada yada. But as far as I know at this point, both large bequests have been approved to be moved into the foundation. And you know, some of it is money that can be spent and some of it is money that has to stay there. So
Olga,
Krasinski,
yeah,
that's the other one.
she did specify that it was for nonfiction books. So
Right. She
the
specified that it was,
foundation knows that.
the foundation knows that her money is for nonfiction books, which basically means, and then she donated enough money to cover the nonfiction budget probably for the next 15 years. Which means that it just means that the normal budget money that would have been spent on nonfiction books will be available to spend on something else. And Nani Denton's money, I believe she indicated that she only wanted hardcover books.
Oh,
Okay,
we talked about it. but
You
I
know,
didn't-
none of this electronic stuff.
all righty.
So, as I said, it has been before the foundation several times already.
Okay. So does anyone want to move transferring the funds to the foundation? Thank you, Kevin. And then I guess you'll second?
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, that has been approved. Thank you very much. All right, so the committee reports.
Point of order.
Yes,
We don't have a quorum.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
No, we- to conduct business, well, we gotta have 9 present. But it won't make a difference if nobody objects to what we do. I just think we should be. on
No, we
notice.
have a quorum.
We have been using the people online as a quorum.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, we've got 9.
Did you miss me, Jack? Did you
I'm
miss me?
better with shapes and colors.
Okay, okay, good, good.
Okay, we're all right.
All right. So the executive committee meeting, various people attended. We paid some bills. We talked about the money that was going to be sent to the West Elmira Library. And about books sandwiched in and the Friends. Circulation statistics keep going up. Yay. People are returning to the library. Nature is healing. The in-house programming is resuming. Summer reading club activities and resources are being finalized and will start soon. And then we talked about resolutions that we were going to pass tonight, which we did. And yeah, that was basically that meeting. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Not question, just comment, since you mentioned the Friends. The Friends are having on June 6th, Monday night, a live in-person annual meeting in this room. No food, which we have had in the past.
Annual meeting, the Friends.
The Friends Annual Meeting, yes, is going to be June 6th at 6 o'clock, I believe, in this room. But they are specifically going to be, besides having the annual meeting, they are going to be recognizing, I believe it's 10 people who have been on the board in the past and are no longer on the board. And at this point, I think $300 was still needed to the library to purchase books, roughly $30 a piece for each of these people. In honor of each of these people. So at any rate, so if anybody is a member of the Friends and wishes to attend the annual meeting, it will also be online, I think.
Okay.
So that's Monday the 6th.
What time?
I think
What
it's-
time?
I think it's 6.
Okay, 6 o'clock. Is that also what presumably on the website if we want to double check time or?
I don't know that it would necessarily be on the website because it's not, you know what I mean, the event calendar. is
It
more-
may be in the June newsletter.
Okay.
Oh, the bookworm?
The book, no, not the bookworm, the library CCLD newsletter.
Oh, okay. All righty. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions about that? About anything with that? Okay, then we're moving on to the Budget and Finance Committee report.
I
Jack,
didn't attend, so if there's any questions, Holly will answer.
okay, I did attend. It was like super short, as all of these meetings are. We approved the bills. We talked about how we're gonna try and get a draft of the budget for next meeting. That was it. Personnel Committee. we're gonna wait for executive session. Election and Continuity Committee.
Okay, it's me.
Three of the people are up there.
Oh, well, good. I'll take mine off. Okay, sorry with that. Pat and Rick did this, so I'm just reading. The committee is preparing to start the election process for 2022. As in past years, the trustee election will be conducted on election day with 2 polling places, Steele Memorial Library and Horseheads Free Library. There are 6 districts up for election this year. Five, sorry. Currently, the status of these districts are, and if I'm wrong, please tell me. District 3, Pam Larned. Pam, are you planning on running again?
You need to unmute Pam.
I didn't hear it.
That's because she's on mute.
I have not made up my mind yet. I'm undecided.
Okay, will you think about it and let me know as soon as possible?
Will do.
Okay. Kevin, we've already talked to because Kevin's on the election committee, and Penny.
Oh, me?
Yes. You're going to? Yes, thank you. Crystal? Crystal?
Yes,
are you
Yep.
going?
I plan to, yes.
And then she changed her skin to,
And Mark, because you had to, you're going to run again.
Okay, yes, yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
And if there's any changes, please let the committee know as soon as possible. Identifying new trustee candidates is a difficult and time-consuming task, as you all know. The committee has 2 resolutions to place before the board concerning the conduct of the trustee election. The first one is the Board of Trustees of the Chemung County Library District hereby authorize the Election and Continuity Committee of the Election Commissioner to expend funds not to exceed $4,000 for the purpose of conducting the election. After the election, the committee will submit to the board a financial report detailing these expenditures. Can I have that's my resolution. Can somebody second?
All right, thank you, Jack. All in favor? Aye.
Aye,
Bye.
All right, Bonnie, did you have your hand up?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. That's approved. What's the second one, Phyllis?
Second one is the Board of Trustees of the Chemung County Library District hereby appoint Sue Cook as election commissioner with the same duties and responsibilities as last year at a fixed fee of $1,500. And I talked to Sue and she is willing to do it again this year. And so I make that resolution also. Will somebody second?
Second.
Whoever wants it can tap it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
aye,
All right, thank you. Now, for
Can
those of
Can
you,
I just clarify one thing? Because I think this is what happened. Mark and Penny both ran in 2020, but it was a 2-year term because they had been appointed the previous year. That's at least what I could get out of my notes. Which is why you have to, I mean, you only had a 2-year term, so this is now going to be a full 3-year term. Sound good?
I guess.
okay, so those of you who are running, in order to get your name on the ballot, you will need to get 25 signatures on a ballot petition. Phyllis has a digital version of the ballot petition. Holly, do you have physical copies?
I believe so.
Holly has physical copies. If you want Phyllis to email you a digital copy, email Phyllis. If you want physical copies, just come and talk to Holly and she will get you physical copies, but you'll have to get signatures or just do a write-in campaign and get all of your friends and relatives to do it, whichever works best for you.
Yeah, the absentee ballot has been working very well for the last couple of years. particularly, with COVID. And so it's your option whether you want to have your name printed on a ballot, in which case you have to have the 25 signatures unless somebody decides otherwise between now and then, by the end of August. Otherwise, the write-in just means contacting friends and saying, go and vote for me, you have to write my name in.
And hope they know how to spell it.
Yes,
I'm in trouble.
There's all.
well, Penny and Crystal, you just have to write out your name so that people know how to spell it.
And there will be absentee ballots again too, if you want to send them to them, and just as we did the last couple of years.
All right. Does anyone have any questions regarding the upcoming election?
Holly, when's a convenient time to pick up a signature?
I can drop one in the mail to you. How's that?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
If you
sounds
wish to do that, thank you.
So just, it's nonpartisan, so you can get any registered voter from your district. It doesn't have to be Republican or Democrat, which is handy. Yeah,
Okay,
cool.
thank you.
Thank you, everyone who's running again. And thank you for running in the first place, Kevin, even if you're not running again. All right, anything from the advocacy committee that doesn't exist?
I have a question. I thought that Ron was going to have, my notes. Michelle Barrett come to this meeting to discuss the advocacy committee.
If he was, that obviously didn't happen. Can we have Ron do that for next time? Do you mind putting a note to remind him to have her come next time? That would be great. Thank you, Holly.
And they're really short-staffed at West right now. Like, they had, someone had approved extended time off, one of the part-timers, and then one of the full-time had surgery. So it might have been a difficult time for Michelle to come, and she stretched a little thing,
Right.
simply in terms of coverage. So that would have added, an additional conundrum of sorts, so.
Okay.
All right.
But things that we stopped because of COVID, like the department meetings and notes and stuff, I think we should try to start doing them again now.
Yeah, I definitely think so, especially with the department notes. I've missed those.
And the department has, I guess I didn't realize, because I don't take those minutes, Caroline does, so I didn't realize that those were forwarded to the board. There actually hasn't been a department head meeting for some time. I'm not positive when the last one was, but in all transparency, there hasn't been one for a while. So it's not that you're not getting them.
I think we purposely dispensed with them a few years ago, just because it was decided that we didn't necessarily need them in such detail, because we were getting.
You're talking about the union, the labor management.
No, we're talking
no.
about,
No, this was what everybody's doing in the library.
Oh, we're having them come in,
no,
This was a set of notes
right?
from their department head
Right.
meetings. But they were.
no, it wasn't from the
department head
meetings. It
voted.
was actually just notes about these are the activities that we've got going on in our different sections.
Okay.
And I think we dispensed with them because of COVID, because we were having them up until then.
Well, I think that Pat's, we're all right, but Pat said that we dispensed with them. I think we dispensed with such detail because they were complaining that they were writing everything they did, and it was getting burdensome on them. And we didn't need to know the same time, okay, I selected this many books. We wanted a more general, what's going on with your staff? So we keep a contact between the board and the staff. So what's happening in your library now,
Okay.
or in your department now, is what we wanted.
The only one that I recall seeing of that nature, like a standalone department, is the juke department. Like,
I-
that's the only one that I recall, like, I said, we haven't had, and that's essentially what the department head meeting had kind of evolved into, and that was something that we did in-house on a monthly basis. And essentially, that's what the librarians would talk about. I mean, obviously, there were concerns and decisions that were made, you know, in details like that, but, okay, so you would like each department to kind of activities or what's happening kind of thing, is that correct?
Yeah, just so we can get a sense of, you know, what's happening at the library. Is there anything new and exciting, you know,
Absolutely.
how,
And any concerns?
yeah, that too.
You know, particularly in these quote unquote COVID years. You know, I'm sure that there are different concerns than there have been in the past. But again, it doesn't have to be a detailed,
What I did
you know,
for a month.
what I had for lunch.
We know their basic duties, but, you know, it could be one or two sentences. This is what's happening. We're having an unusual event. That's all.
Sure, okay.
All righty, thank you. Okay, if there's nothing else to discuss, I move that we enter executive session so we can discuss a personnel matter. Can I get a second?
Oh, second.
Okay, thank you, Jack. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So at this point, I am going to pause the recording. Resume recording. Just have to take a few minutes to turn on my cell phone. Yeah, that would probably be easier. If we get-
Let the young people do it.
Well, I just leave my cell phone off when I'm at a meeting, so it takes a few seconds to wake up. Yeah. He's younger and he had it on. Yeah, that's it. Okay, once Holly gets back here, we will vote on the resolution we discussed so that she can. Okay, and you texted her?
It says receipt, so.
Excellent. So hopefully she will step in momentarily. Okay, in the meantime, before Holly gets back, is there anything else that we need to discuss other than the resolution? Is there any new business or old business or business of business? Okay. Yeah. So. Just waiting for Holly. Hi,
She is a beautiful thing.
yes, thank you.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, so Kevin moved that we came out of executive session and Crystal seconded it and it was unanimously approved. Okay. I move that we hire Tina Bevilacqua at a rate of $100 an hour as an HR consultant. Can I get a second? Bonnie, I saw your hand up first. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. Holly, I gave you that email and that has her name for the spelling, so. Okay, is there anything else that we need to discuss before we head on out? All right, would someone like to move that we adjourn? I saw your hand come up first, Phyllis. Can I get a second? Penny, all in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, thank you. Have a great night, everybody.